Dear students, this is the 8th class on the Fourier transformation. Myself, Dr. Balbin Saibanna, Assistant Professor and Assistant Controller of Examination, Department of Mathematics, Government Science College, Bangalore. Now, in the previous classes, we have studied Fourier transform, complex Fourier transform, and inverse Fourier transform. Now let us we go to one more type, that is Fourier sine transform. Fourier sine transform as well as the inverse. Fourier sine and cosine transforms and inverses. Inverses nothing but sine inverse and cosine inverse. Now Fourier sine transformation definition. Fourier sine transformation of f of x is greater than 0, x is positive, is defined by, note, fs of f of x. S means sine it is. Fs of f of x is equal to fs cap alpha equals to root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of x sine alpha x dx. This is equation 1. This equation 1, f of x is called, here this f of x is called inverse Fourier sine transform of fs cap alpha. This fs cap alpha, and it is denoted by fs inverse of fs cap alpha or fs inverse fs of f of x. Now here fs of inverse fs of x, we simplify this. Here a inverse a like that. Here f of x will get, this f of x will get it. Then fs inverse of fs cap alpha equals to root 2 by pi integral over the limit 0 to infinity fs cap alpha sine alpha x d alpha. Now here this equation 1 is known as the Fourier sine transformation, and equation 2 is known as the inverse Fourier sine transformation. Now what is the difference between the Fourier sine and its inverse means? Observe very carefully. Here f of x is there, here fs cap alpha is there. Then this is the only difference between Fourier sine and its inverse. Remember, these two are very important. Now, basic properties. As we know that in the Fourier transformation, there are 6 basic properties. Here is also some basic properties are there. First one, linearity property. If a and b are constants, then for any two functions, f of x and g of x, we have to prove that first one, fs of a f of x plus bg of x is equal to a fs of f of x, b fs of g of x. That is equal to a fs cap alpha plus b gs cap alpha. We have to prove this one. LHS is equal to RHS. Next one, fs inverse of a fs cap alpha plus b gs cap alpha is equals to a fs inverse of fs cap alpha plus b fs inverse of g s cap alpha. To prove these two results, let me know that what is the definition of the Fourier sine transformation. Go to back here. Here this is the Fourier sine transformation. Fs of f of x is equal to fs cap alpha equals to root of 2 by pi integral over the limit 0 to infinity f of x sine alpha x dx. We are using this definition here. Now here, by definition of the Fourier sine transformation, we have fs af of x bf of x is equals to root of 2 pi integral 0 to infinity. Wherever f of x is there, we are writing this one, a f of x plus b f of x. Then a f of x plus bj of x is equal to sine alpha x dx. This is from the definition, we'll get it. We have a sum of two terms here. Write the sum of two terms in terms of the sum of two integrals. Separate write the integrals. Then here a is the constant because x is the variable. you write a before the integral sign, and square root of 2 pi as it is, integral 0 to infinity f of x sin alpha x dx. Like the second also, b is outside the integral, root of 2 by pi as it is, integral over the limit 0 to infinity g of x sin alpha x dx. Now here a write as it is. Just look this one. It is by using the definition of the sign transformation, we have to write fs of f of x, fs of f of x, then plus b write as it is. Again, observe this integral. By using the definition of the sign transformation, this is write fs of g of x, and a fs of alpha. How will write it? This a as it is, fs of f of x also can be done as here. Fs of f of x can be done as fs of alpha. That is using here this fs of f of alpha writing in terms of f fs cap alpha equals to b gs cap alpha. Then left, see the left hand side, we have fs of a f of x plus b f of x is there. Then this fs you should take right hand side, you will get fs inverse, and this fs a fs cap alpha plus b gs cap alpha. Again we writing here this same here in the left hand side, fs inverse of a fs cap alpha b gs cap alpha equals to, then a write as it is, this fs inverse is multiplied by fs cap alpha. I wrote here f a is equal to fs inverse of fs cap alpha b, again this multiplied by fs inverse is multiplied by this term, we get plus b times of fs inverse of gs cap alpha. Hence look here, what you have to prove, two result. One is we have proved this one, this is equals to a fs of f of x plus b fs of g is equal to a fs cap alpha plus b gs cap alpha, and second result is here. Next, one more property, change of scale property. If a is any non-zero constant and fs of f of s is equal to fs cap alpha, what is this meaning? This is the sign Fourier sign transformation definition. Then we have to prove that fs of f of ax is equal to 1 by a fs cap alpha by a. Now, whenever f of x is there here, we here f of ax is there. The ax is here extra for us. So if we add a extra for us here, then we'll get the right hand side Fourier sign transform in this form. Then we have to proof of this. We have to prove this one. By the definition of the Fourier transformation, we have fs of f of x, you write first. Wherever x is there, you write ax. fs of f of ax is equal to root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of ax sin alpha x dx. Here ax is, take the substitution, ax is equals to t, then x in terms is equal to t by a, and differentiate this with respect to x with respect to t, then dx is equals to 1 by a dt. And here x is varies from 0 to infinity. Now we are changing the total x variable to t, then t is also varies from 0 to infinity. That nothing but when x is equal to 0, t is also 0. When x is equals to infinity, t is also infinity. Thus, fs of f of ax, here we are writing this one. Fs of f of x is equals to root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity. We are substituting ax is equals to t here. So we get f of t sin as it is. Alpha means here again x you write t by a. That is sin alpha as it is this. Here this x we are writing t by a. That is in terms of sin of alpha t by a. 1 by a, how will get it? 1 by a dt. This dx is equals to what we have got here? Dx is equal to 1 by a dt. Then t is the variable here. 1 by a take outside the integral. then root 2 by pi as it is, integral 0 to infinity f of t sine alpha by a t dt. Again, left hand side as it is, fs of f of ax 1 by a as it is. Again, see very carefully this, except this 1 by a, by using the definition of the sine form, Fourier sine formula, wherever here x is here in the form, in the general form, f of x sine alpha x dx is there. In place alpha by a is there. So fs of f of x is equal to 1 by a fs cap alpha by a. By definition nothing but is a Fourier sine definition it is. Now this is the second property, change of scale property. Here we have changing the scale. Here in terms of f of x we are getting the f cap of alpha. Shift property. Like in the shift property, we have a two properties are there, sub properties. If a is any non-zero constant and fs of f of x is equal to fs cap alpha, it is by the definition of the Fourier sine transformation. Then we have to prove that fs of f of x cos ax is equals to 1 by 2 times of fs cap alpha by a plus fs cap alpha minus a. Second one, we have to prove that fs of f of x sin ax is equals to 1 by 2 fc cap alpha minus a fc cap alpha plus a. Here this S is indicates Fourier sine transformation, but here C nothing but here cosine, Fourier cosine transformation. Cos in terms of like this, sine in terms of like this. Cos in terms of sine, sine in terms of cos. Let us we have prove one by one. First one, by the definition we have fs of f of x cos ax. This definition here we next class we have to study. This is the Fourier cosine transform definition. This is fs of f of x cos ax is equal to square root of 2 pi integral 0 to infinity f of t cos at sin alpha t dt. Then integral over 0 root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of t as it is. This f of t. Look here this one. We are using cos A sin B formula. Cos A t sin alpha t is there. Cos A sin B formula we are writing 1 by a sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. That is using that formula. We are simplifying this 1 by 2 sin of alpha plus AT plus sin of alpha minus A dt. 1 by 2 is common. Right outside the integral, then square root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of t sin alpha plus at plus, write the two integrals, plus root 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of t sin alpha minus a dt. Then left hand side is here fs of f of x cos x as it is 1 by 2 fs cap alpha plus a. This totally it is using the Fourier sine transformation. This 1 by 2 as it is, using this Fourier sine transformation we have to write fs cap alpha plus a. Why? Here alpha plus a is there. But in the definition, root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of x sin alpha x dx is there. In place of alpha x, here we have a alpha plus a is there. In place of alpha, there we have writing the definition fs cap alpha only, but here in place of alpha, alpha plus a is there, so that is why we are writing fs cap alpha plus a. This is also same Fourier sine transformation fs cap alpha minus a. Now this is the first one. Second, by definition fs of f of x sin ax is equals to root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of t sin at sin alpha t dt. Then this is the definition of, it is sine it is. By definition of this sine, then root of 2 by pi t integral 0 to infinity as it is, f of t as it is. Again sin A sin B formula. Sin at sin alpha t, it is in the form of sin A sin B. Sin A sin B can be written as, by using the trigonometric ratio of trigonometric formulas, 1 by 2 cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. 1 by 2 cos of alpha minus a of t minus cos of alpha plus a of t. Here t, alpha t, at, you're taking the t's common here. So again we are splitting the, here two terms are there. Then writing the two integrals. 1 by 2 it is common outside. Root 2 pi integral 0 to infinity f of t cos alpha minus t dt. This minus as it is. Again square root of 2 pi integral 0 to infinity f of t cos alpha a dt dt. Now here look this one, it is cos is there. Then cos means you write c. Cos is there, f of t cos alpha. This is we are writing by definition of the cosine formula. How we write? Root of 2 pi integral 0 to infinity f of t cos alpha minus a t dt can be written as fc cap alpha minus a. And this is fc cap alpha plus a. And take the square root of 2 by pi integral 0 to e to the power of minus ax one minute. Okay, let it with this one. This is one more example is there. Go to example 1. Using the Fourier sine transformation of e to the power of minus ax, a is greater than 0, show that integral 0 to infinity x sine kx divided by a square plus x square dx is equals to pi by 2 e to the power of minus ax, k is greater than 0. Hence, obtain the Fourier sine transformation of in this form x divided by a square plus x square. We know that fs of e to the power of minus ax is root of 2 pi alpha divided by a square power of alpha square. Then this is we have proved in the previous Fourier cosine transform. Fourier cosine transform. That will get e to the power of minus x is equals to root of 2 pi integral 0 to infinity square root of 2 pi alpha divided by a square plus alpha sine alpha x by. But it is the inverse formula. Inverse formula or integral 0 to infinity alpha divided by a square plus alpha square sine alpha x d alpha equals to pi by 2 e to the power of minus x. By changing the symbols x and alpha to k and x respectively. Wherever x is there, you write k, alpha is there x. Then we get integral 0 to infinity x sine kx divided by a square plus x square dx equals to pi by 2 e to the power of minus ax. Call this is equation number 1. Now fs of x divided by a square plus x square equals to, by using the definition of the sine fs of f of x, it is like f of x. fs of f of x. Here f of x is x divided by a square plus x square. That is equal to root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity x divided by a square plus x square sine alpha x dx. Now root of 2 by pi as it is, this one integral 0 to infinity x divided by a square plus x square sine alpha x dx value is known here by using the equation 1 here. What will get it? Pi by 2 e to the power of minus ax. Then k is equals to, we are substituting alpha there by using the equation 1. Now simplify this. Pi 2 is there, 2 by pi is there. We get cancel 1 by pi, root 2 cancel. We get root of pi by 2 e to the power of minus alpha by a.